New York State has now passed a law that allows undocumented immigrants the right to a driver's license. And here are images of them online in front of the DMV. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was an ICE agent, I know how I'd have a Merry Christmas. Welcome to Morning Reflections. I am your host, the FAT Mantis. And seriously, if truant cops have the right to go to arcades in the middle of the day to just pick up swaths of kids, then certainly I should be allowed to do it at the DMV after the passing of this law. I mean, come on, it's low-hanging fruit. Kind of like this joke. But let's get into it. We're not going to be talking about any of this horrible political stuff. The news is depressing as it is. We need to talk about the serious issues that affect America around the Christmas time. And the first thing I want to hit up is the Star Wars debacle. Yes, that's right. Star Wars, run by Kathleen Kennedy, has had failure after failure after failure. Now, I'm going to cut it straight. Anyone who watches this channel knows that I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. And I'm not a hater of Kathleen Kennedy or any of these other things. I may not have liked The Last Jedi. I may not have liked Solo. I may not have liked certain decisions that they have made. But ultimately, I'm still a loyal fan. And I can't wait to see Rey hook up with Finn in the final chapter at the end of this week. Because honestly, that's what I'm going to be paying my $21 for. I want to watch Rey hook up with Finn. I want that chocolate swirl to be the diversity that makes Star Wars great again. But anyway, I digress. But the Star Wars issue that I really want to talk about is how Disney messed up the brand so bad that they've lost tens, possibly more, of millions of dollars. And it has to do with this little guy right here. Yeah, all of you know who that is. That is Baby Yoda, unless you've been living under a space rock. That's right, that little cute guy, he is the face that has launched a gabillion spaceships. Okay, so in order to keep him a secret, they had to not tell merchandisers about him. Therefore, Lego, people who make stuffed animals, people who make quilts and blankets and caps and all these things, did not know or have images of him or know what to do. So they don't have anything ready for Christmas. So this guy premieres, the cutest thing that ever lived, a month before Christmas, and whoever is running Star Wars and Disney did not realize that maybe people want to buy merchandise. They have lost tens of millions of dollars in profits alone by being able to put this guy out. And it's all because they didn't want the leak, and that's cool. Jon Favreau's looking out for the fans and stuff, but when it comes down to it, they made a stupid mistake. And to be honest, I wanted to get my boo something with his face on it. Now, I actually fell for it. I went to one of those sites. I got something for her, and it says pre-sale in parentheses. And I'm like, pre-sale, whatever. And I purchased it. And it turns out that the item doesn't exist yet. It will be created in the next month or so. Then they'll deliver it. So it's not gonna come during Christmas. I fell for it. I'm sure a lot of you are falling for it. But this is disrupting America, and the force is not with this brand right now. Get it together, guys. Now, we need to move on from Star Wars. It's not the only thing in this world, even though it is encapsulating my heart right now. The thing I want to talk about is, that's right, the war on Christmas. That's right, there is most definitely indeed a war on Christmas. And I'll give you an example. Washington Post. Now, they take liberalism to the next level. They take the torch of liberalism and they run it off a cliff. Like, in November, they had an article that it was asking people to rename Thanksgiving Indigenous Peoples Days. Although, didn't Columbus Day get renamed that? So I don't know how many Indigenous Peoples Days do we need to have. But they recently just put out an article that says, "Don't wish me a Merry Christmas." And within it, they say it's alienating for non-Christians to hear that phrase being made. What other shenanigans do we have out here on the War of Christmas? Oh, the Hollywood Reporter. They're constantly on this whole thing about the Hallmark Channel, and just they're pissed off that there aren't a lot of black leads in the Hallmark Channel lineup of holiday movies. Now, if you really want a good holiday movie that's black, go to BET. If you want one that's very Latino, go to Telemundo. Now, I know it's called the Hallmark Channel, but in truth, it really should be called WET, aka white entertainment television, because that is clearly what it is. It is the channel that made Lori Loughlin. It has all these people, like anybody from a white 80s or 90s, early 90s sitcom is in it, starring in it. It has values of ultra middle America, old school concepts. I think they know their target audience, and they're not really being stupid. They're just, they're selling to people who are going to buy their stuff. Now, there's all this talk about changing the color of Santa for the purposes of politically correct Christmas. The thing is like, I think isn't it clear that Santa is Latino? I mean, Santa, for starters, that's Spanish, right? For saint. But when you go even further, think about it. Big fat guy, beard. He's probably Dominican, right? He probably plays dominoes with his boys when, with the elves or whatever. They're all chilling and stuff like that. I'm sure he watches Telemundo. I am sure he's into soccer. That guy, just take one look at Santa. He watches soccer. He doesn't like American football. He doesn't know what to do with it, man. He's from Antarctica, man. Not that Latinos come from there, but I think it is very clear that he's always been a Latino. We need to deal with this right here, right now. Now, in terms of diversity, we need to move on to Golden Globes. Now, a lot of people already reported on this. This is old news. The Golden Globes, it is an indication of the old school way of thought, otherwise known as the boomer way of thought. They have very little diversity. They are not giving props to the women that are doing great things, like the people who put together Little Women or Ava DuVernay's When They See Us. That was amazing. Didn't get any nods from Golden Globes. There's just a lot of archaic thing going on, and what it is that the Golden Globes still run by dinosaurs, aka boomers. Yeah, okay, boomer. They're on their way out, which is why they gave a gazillion nominations to The Irishman. Now, The Irishman is Martin Scorsese, some old boomer basically jerking off in front of the camera for 4 hours straight. Okay, boomer. And although that may be your idea of a good time, I'm gonna pass. Now, I did try to watch it. Multiple things. I just can't really get, I can't, just having issues with it. And don't get me wrong, I love all the gangster flicks. I love Godfathers. I love Okay, Boomer, Goodfellas, and all these things. I love all those old movies, but I think that genre's kind of been told and told beyond belief. And their new concept is like, we'll do a gangster film, but it'll be Irish instead of Italian. Okay, Boomer. Yo, revolutionary. Bravo, guys. That's art right there. No, I mean, this is proof that a boomer is just wasting our time. He's showing us something not new. He thinks it's new, and I don't think it really deserves many awards. I mean, it's cool if you do. Okay, boomer. But I really think that we need to think about this, and we need to start having young bloods. And when I mean young bloods, as opposed to 70s or 80-year-old people, I'm just talking to 40s, 50s, telling stories, running things, showing us how it is. We need to stop clinging on to these ancient values, man. Okay, boomer. It is a new age, and I'm not one of those cancel culture guys, as you know. I'm not about PC or wokeness. I don't want to rip everything apart. I love my Christmas. I love my Thanksgiving. But I'm just saying, in terms of the world of art, we need to move on from these old ways, particularly things like Scorsese and The Irishman. Okay, boomer. But anyway, I digress. There's so much more things to do. Okay. Boom, yeah. What did you guys think of Christmas? What do you think of The Irishman? What do you think of it all, cancel culture, and all of this shenanigans that are going on right now in America? I need to know. Will you please put it in your comments? Until then, like, share, and subscribe. And also watch out for a coming Christmas special from yours truly, the Fat Mantis. Until next time, ciao for now, bitches.